here with y'all, baby. Let's go.
I ain't gonna lie, the Mafiathon thing
Hey,
that
yo.
Kai doing right now, that's
My
boring
bad.
as
I meant to do that.
I ain't gonna lie,
Let me
the
run that
Mafiathon
shit.
thing that's Kai doing right now, that's
Hold on,
boring as
hold on, hold on. My bad.
I ain't gonna lie, the Mafiathon thing that's Kai doing right now, that's boring as and y'all be saying DDG is boring. DDG is not boring. Kai is boring as
Mafiathon 3 is not giving what I needed to give. Like, I don't want to watch Kai be a celebrity. I want to watch Kai be Kai.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like the reason Mafiathon or Kai's Sinat little stream is not going off how it should is because streaming is becoming oversaturated and it's like it's not entertaining no more. That's why I don't watch no streamers because it's like, why would I sit there on my phone or TV or whatever watching a regular person, regular human being for
You wrong as
24
fuck.
hours?
For the most part, you can tell who's the genuine guest, like Marlon,
Did you get a
Ray
computer
J,
though?
etc. But for the
All
rest
right,
of them,
pause. I can get that. Like, why would you sit there and watch a person for 24 hours? That's a little bit much. Like, watching somebody for 24 hours is a lot. But I will say this, for ballers such as myself, and not even a baller, I'm not gonna put myself out there like that. But I'll say like, on a world scale, me being an American citizen, I'm a fucking baller. All right. Now, I'm not necessarily saying I'm rich or nothing like that, but I got a computer here that I'm on here that I use for the stream and that I'm talking, that I play my games on. And I got a whole other computer that I would use that if the homies is on that motherfucker, I'm gonna pull them up. And I still skip through them up, sit through and watch. Now for the whole 24 hours, I may not be fully watching the whole time, but I can keep a tab up and active the whole time. And that's on the stance of supporting the craft, and that is supporting your friends and just enjoying what they got to come to bring to the table. Because a lot of times people they're coming with it, bro. A lot of these people is coming with it. He says, "Why am I the only one streaming sermons and spectacular music videos and life changeable motivation? That's your calling, brother. That's your calling, brother." He says, "This is not for everyone." Exactly, bro. It's not for everybody. But I'll say, I've gotten so much value. It's not for everybody, and that's cool. But once it's not who it's not cool for, that's fine. But me personally, bro, I've gotten so much out of being able to go through those to go to the homie streams, kick it, vibe, run up them channel points. You know what I'm saying? Staying active. I've extrapolated so much value from it that if it's not for them, that's cool and fine. It makes it even more for me. That makes it more for me. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Rohan. Rohan says, "You're truly variety. You good, bro. You truly variety. Nobody is one sided. You mix it up and you're above average at everything." Hey, I appreciate that a lot, fam. I'm trying to come on with it. Trying to come on with it while I can and make sure that I'm doing my due diligence to bring y'all the best possible show and presentation. You know what I'm saying? Especially for my people who work. That's what I like. That's what I really like. I enjoy my people who don't got a lot of time to sift through the content. What I do is when I got the downtime and sift through that content that I think is going to be the most impactful, curate it to the best of my ability, have it set up so we can just get into it quickly. And for the ones who can't watch it with us live, then put it up on YouTube so you can bust it and still see kind of what's going on, what some of the hot topics that the community is finding interesting, and still keep up with it and still do your thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about for me. It is. Let's get it, baby. All right, let me hop back in.
Sit there on my phone or TV or whatever watching a regular person, regular human being for 24 hours.
for the most part, you can tell who's the genuine guest, like Marlon, Ray J, etc. But for the rest of them, no. They all up there trying to
I got a
promote
video
what
up
they
on the
got going
D4D
on,
situation.
bro. God, get the guests out of here. They're trying to promote.
Kai Cenat is looking to do the impossible in this year's version of
Pause. You know what? There's a clip of speaking of what that guy was just talking about, bro. There is a clip. Hold on, I put the link in the chat for you, bro. I put the link in the chat. I just posted this one up last night. But just like what this guy was talking about, bro, there is a lot of you can tell. Share this. All right. Namely, the people who's really not interested in that shit is fucking. You could tell is Ray. That's one of the main ones. It might even be. I don't know if Rakai. Rakai might not be the same. Rakai might be down with it. But The main one you can tell, like one of the people is fucking Ray, and this is the D4D.
For them to view. Now, there's a growing sentiment that the streaming bubble is going to burst. We've covered it on this channel before, and that does mean that Kai Cenat may be susceptible to some of the same things that we claimed other streamers are going through in 2025. There's conversations about lack of energy from the Clover Boys, that the celebrities are on the stream and they aren't doing a darn thing, that begging for subs is not necessarily the route to go, and that overall there's just a general fatigue of these big overproduced streams.
I've seen no good clips of the Mafiathon. And it's actually, like, I've seen maybe, like, the Jonas Brothers, cool, Marlon Wayne, cool, but, like, other clips, it's just straight chaos, straight yelling at each other, straight crashing out, Kai being upset about the outcome of everything. Like, I just keep seeing little clips of, like, crash outs, them just yelling at each other for no reason, Kai being upset, aggravated, and his energy is just not the same as the other Mafiathons. Like, his energy is just getting, like, wrap this shit up right now.
Let's take a look at some of the people's complaints and see if we can
The
find
Mafia,
out
the
if
hold on,
Mafiathon 3 is a
pause. I'm sorry. The Marlon Wayans ones, I want to check that out, bro. Because after seeing that Marlon Wayans him movie and how well he did it to put this shit together, or did his part, bro. I bet you he did very well on the stream. I look forward to seeing those clips.
failure, and if this is an indication as to what is going on in the WL black side of streaming going forward into the future. I think one of the main problems that people are having in this conversation is that they were so ramped up off of the high of Kai's past streams, and they're using that as a comparison tool for what's to come into the future. I'm a numbers man, and when I pull up the charts, it seems as though Kai is either on pace or even outpacing his past streams over the last few years, like comparing it to Mafiathon 2. So if the numbers are there, it has to be something greater. Maybe it's a quality problem. Maybe that's what people are saying.
Now, I don't be in your streams 24/7. Nor do I really even be in them bitches. I just be seeing clips. But everybody saying your shit look the same because of the clips. Kai not mad at Reggie. Rakai did something crazy. It's the same shit over and over.
When it comes to the quality of the stream, there's been an ongoing conversation about who Kai has featured on his stream. So there's two separate paths to go into this conversation.
Bro said these new fans hate change. I was like, they want him to stay to do the same shit. They mad he having big names on there and doing different things. I imagine. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense for sure.
On his streams. There's two separate paths to go into this conversation. One, there is a guest issue. Everybody's starting to understand that Kai Cenat is a big name, big face in all of social media, all of mainstream media, all of these communities. And to be honest with you, he is a perfect place and space for you to get an ad off, whether it's music, whether it's a movie that you're working on, whatever production or project that you have going on. It is a great place for you to go to, get a lot of views, and ultimately promote your brand. But that kind of takes away from what people thought was the genuineness of the guest.
This Mafiathon ain't really hidden. It feels like the last Mafiathon, but a remix. The first one, yeah, they had celebrities come in, but now it feels like everybody's coming in for like a promo run. Like it's people that like, they come and then they drop something like right when they show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand people got things to sell, but it feels like they're coming on Kai's stream to literally just sell something. And that's kind of alarming to me. I'm not jacking it. It feels like they're just using it.
Now, Kai has become the person that you kind of have to come and sit down with if you want to enter the streaming world, if you kind of want to get lit, if you want people to see your face, if you got a project going on. And I feel like it's kind of translating, especially because a lot of the people that are showing up are only there for maybe 30 to 45 minutes at a time.
Now, there are times in which the blend can be made and it actually fit pretty well. Like when Marlon Wayans came on,
yeah, there you go.
Very funny and interactive moment. One that I think a lot of people like the clips from. But he was also putting out some sort of project. It kind of made sense. He had a project, he's funny, they had a genuine blend and bond, and it went together. Then there seems to be sometimes where there's a random celebrity that comes on and really they just have no purpose to be in there, but Kai just genuinely finds them funny, or the space is kind of funny, kind of like Ray J or whatever. And this is very foundational for streaming and content creation. Content creation and streaming and YouTube videos, Instagram, all that stuff is supposed to be this genuine and authentic conversation between people. You know, it almost feels like there's this.
Yeah, I like this guy, right? I do like Omeezy a lot, but I think sometimes, like again, I think just people in general, we get caught up in these generalizations, bro. People get caught up like when he's saying content creation is supposed to be this. Okay, maybe it was supposed to be that for you. Maybe it was supposed to be that for some people. Yeah, it was supposed to be that, but it's also supposed to be some other things as well. You know what I mean? And to say what it's actually supposed to be, come on, bro. Ray J was there this morning, bro. Ray J be cutting up on that stream. Hey, check it out, bro. I I actually was like watching Ray J streams. Like when that fucker first started streaming, bro. When Ray J first started streaming, bro, I literally was in that bitch, like in the streams. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's one of the few. That's one of the few that I was like, okay, I think this will be worth my time. Okay, this shit's gonna be worth it. Let me get in this motherfucker. And it was that beat, bro. That be talking back too. That be talking back. He be talking back, bro. Like if you catch him at the right time, the motherfucker be talking back in that bitch. Um. Ray J, my old mentor. Yeah, bro, they're actually pretty reactive, pretty interactive with the stream. And let's see. Thank you.
between people. You know, it almost feels like there's this community going on, that parasocial effect. It doesn't seem like this overproduced, pay to win type of program like major network news, television shows, etc., etc. So I think a lot of people have problems when fourth walls are being broken down or when it lacks a little bit of authenticity in that regard, like when you go on the Jennifer Hudson show or whatever the case may be. Now,
You
I
got a
get why
show?
somebody would do it, but it takes away from, you know, being in a room, taking the hot chip challenge, and I feel like I'm connecting with you because you're doing it too. I think another big problem that people are observing is not just the celebrities that are on the stream, but his friend group that is on the stream. I saw a note about there being a lack of A&P, which I understand
You
that
got
they
two
have a
shows?
lot of
Wow.
stuff going on. That's one of his groups, but he does have the Clover Boys. But, and we've covered it before, this iteration of the Clover Boys seems a little bit different. It just, I don't know. It's just a lot going on.
90% of the time, it feels like Kai's babysitting his friends, Little Odd. Group of people, but they all can't get their act together. Somebody's either fighting, somebody's crashing out, somebody's beefing.
I feel like at this point, Kai should just like kick them out because you spoke to Ray how many times? Everybody else want to sleep. Everybody else want to get high. Reggie.
I saw that shit. I saw one of them clips of him actually talking to Ray. She's on the one, bro. They need to post that shit. They on one. Kick them the fuck out, bro. He don't want to be a part of it. Why you gonna tell him on the stream for it? That's not even a good clip. Kick that motherfucker out.
Kai should just like kick them out because you spoke
Rakai's
to Ray
too
how
much?
many
Hell
times?
yeah.
Everybody else want to sleep. Everybody else want to get high. Reggie got a health issue. Just send them all home.
Now, I've covered the Clover Boys before in a previous video, and there's been a couple incidents that have definitely had people scratching their head. You know, the fight that they went on with the whole
Pause. Morty says Rakai's a little too much sometimes. Bro, facts. And I would say you see him calm down sometimes. Like you see him calm for a couple of other clips. But it's like that's one of them who will turn that shit up to the maximum. He don't give no fucks. It's like that boy got a mental deficiency and they taking full advantage of that shit.
Dez and Rakai situation where Dez literally dropped a slur, almost getting Kai Cenat clapped off of the platform. And then their sudden addiction to weed that's just taking over their whole lives. But now today there's a new
He didn't want smoke. Hold on. This nigga did one smoke out with Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa. After that, everybody is suddenly fully addicted to weed on the stream. I never seen that shit.
Situation where
He
Dez
said, "Hold on, here
literally
we go."
dropped a slur, almost getting Kai Cenat clapped off of the platform. And then their sudden addiction to weed that's just taking over their whole lives. But now today
Let me see that tweet. This motherfucker said, he says that was this weekend. This weekend he did the smoke session. Tyson was confused, and as he offered Lil Rodney some 5 bands. The nigga 5,000 and you don't smoke. You didn't look at everybody else in the bed. Like, that's Rakai right there looking at. He was trying to save Tota. Tota sit in the front. I saw some of those clips with Tota, like him dropping the N-bomb, talking to that cooking lady or whatever. I saw that shit. But yeah, and then also I saw how they said that Tota took over the stream for a second and he just entertained the viewers like perfectly, like he did a good job or whatever. He was trying to say Tota sit in the front. They didn't want him to start smoking weed too or something.
for their whole lives. But now today there's a
Oh my
new thing.
God.
There's a lack of energy in the vicinity that the Clover Boys are in, and it's even being noticed by Kai Cenat himself.
If you don't want to do it, Ray, if you dead ass don't want to do it and you don't want to and you want to sleep, then go sleep. I'm gonna go find somebody else. I'm gonna just find people that want to do it. That's what I'm gonna do. If that's what you want to do, if you want to sleep, because that's how you moving. You feel me? And I'm not gonna take no as no hard feelings. But if that's what you want to do, that can be it.
Only thing wrong with Kai's Mafiathon 3 is the fact that everybody is not like engaged. But I just feel like throughout the whole thing, you feel me, with Mafiathon 2, everybody did everything. So like with every segment, everybody was there. I feel like this one, like obviously Reggie's sick and I guess other people get sleepy, but like when celebrities come, nobody be there. Like
this one can be chalked up to internal issues. Now, I definitely can't solve this, and this is ultimately a very, very big commitment. But everybody should know what's at stake here. I mentioned it in the Clover Boys videos, but a lot of their revenue is still tied to Kai Cenat. So if you do have to put up with this for 30 days, albeit an extremely hard task, I think it goes very much under the radar how hard this is. This is an extremely hard task, but you do have to perform. Otherwise, I don't know, being expelled from this type of community is not very forgiving, to be quite honest. We've seen streamers fall off because they did not take things seriously at the time, and it ultimately backfired on them in the long run. Now, one of the elephants in the room to be addressed, and y'all probably might not like my opinion on this, but this conversation about Kai Cenat having Mafiathon 3 really be Begathon 3.
I ain't gonna lie, we can literally go for 500,000 right now. Steals and deals. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If they hit 500K right now, sleep outside. 500K right now, we will sleep outside. Water beds, nigga. 500K. Oh my God, water beds. Water beds.
Bro, Kai is fuck. Yo, just wrap out.
There's
Yo,
no
wrap
water
up this beds now,
beds.
bro. Nah. He's getting desperate, bro. He's getting desperate. He knows.
Sleep outside, bro. He did not want to sleep outside. That boy said water beds. He did not want to sleep outside. I understand.
Oh my God, water beds. Water beds. Now. Steals and deals. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If they hit 500K right now, sleep outside. 500K right now, we will sleep outside. Water beds, nigga. 500K. Oh my God, water beds. Water beds.
Bro, Kai is fuck. Yo, just wrap out. Yo, wrap up this subathon now, bro. Nah. He's getting desperate, bro. He's getting desperate. He knows this is the worst subathon ever. I ain't gonna lie. The first subathon, that shit hit different. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yo, Kai, bro, wrap it up, bro. Wrap it up, bro. This is just a Begathon at this point, bro. What the fuck are you doing?
Now, I generally don't like this sentiment, and I investigated where it all originated from. At a certain point in time in the Mafiathon, the timer started to dwindle low. Now, that's something that I've never seen before, and it can also be seen as an indictment as to what's going on with Kai Cenat and the whole Mafiathon experiment this go around. Like, normally, I've never seen a streamer's timer go low and they had to cancel it, but in order to continue for the stream to go on, Kai Cenat had to pull in some tactics, you know, some big brain level tactics in order to get the ball rolling.
I'm matching subs right now. I owe y'all 1,500 out of what? 6,000.
Giving himself whatever the viewers
You almost there.
give. What?
I gave y'all 10 minutes for subs, and I had to match y'all. Welcome to Steals and Deals. Doing it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Oh my God. We are at the final hour of the subathon. Technically not the final hour of the subathon. This ends at day 30 if the timer goes off. If that timer hits 0, I'm repeating to everybody. If that timer hits 0, chat, the stream ends. But if it don't hit 0, it continues. Each sub is 3 seconds, but y'all about to use a power hour, which for a whole entire hour, the seconds of a sub are doubled.
And he's had to introduce those tactics multiple times throughout the stream in order to extend the length of how long the subathon goes, which again, a lot of people would look into and say, yo, this is a testament as to it going down. This feels like he's begging. This feels like et cetera, et cetera. I think that this is just an indictment on streaming culture as a whole. I think the crux of a lot of it is quote unquote begging culture, quote unquote. He's a live entertainer. This goes to a good cause. And ultimately, if you have an issue with just like the general notion of donating to a streamer as a whole, I think that that's perfectly fine. But I wouldn't overall, you know, say that this whole thing is a begathon, because if that theory exists, then isn't every subathon a begathon? I think one of the biggest indictments and criticism that I have, and these are my personal beliefs, the other ones were, you know, those of others, is that there is an authenticity problem when it comes to streaming. And I think that once you veer away from that, especially when it comes to content creation, you run into this issue where people are not feeling connected with the content creator anymore, which is the reason why they consumed you. It's the reason why they cut the cords. It's the reason why they turned off cable TV, is because everything felt inauthentic, overproduced. It felt like a television show. It was ultimately a big place for ads just to be. But the closer and closer you move to that as a content creator, you start to lose that audience that did ultimately gravitate towards that.
That felt like a big sleepover with him and all of AMP, right? You'd always see Duke getting full, Phantom doing his Phantom text every time. I like putting his streams in the background as I work. And those streams,
I missed the
I like
first part of what she said.
Right?
Towards that.
That felt like a big sleepover with him and all of AMP, right? You'd always see Duke getting full, Phantom doing his Phantom text every time. I like putting his streams in the background as I work. And those streams kind of reminded me of just the times when I would have sleepovers with my friends. Just do stupid shit back when I was his age, right? So I just feel like those are just some fun times.
Now, would I say as an overall Mafiathon 3 is a failure? No. To be quite honest with you, Kai Cenat is still going and is still on pace to do 1 million subs or whatever his ultimate goal is. It could be plus, viewership, plus followership, plus all these different things. He's on pace to do all those things. And to be honest with you, one way or not, he's gonna get it. I think that people can recognize and probably should be okay with the fact that they might have grown out of some sort of content and maybe that's not for them. But to do the whole like sweeping indictment thing, that's where I kind of probably draw the line. Because for the most part, I feel like this is just a higher produced version of the previous ones, which is ultimately the end goal. I think that a lot of content creators start doing content for a couple different reasons, but probably one of the main ones is that they saw something on a big screen and want to replicate it for themselves. And with the capital and ability through brands and sponsorships, if Kai can pull that off, if Duke can pull that off, if I can pull that off, if any content creator can pull that off, they're most likely going to pull that trigger. But do I think that this means that Kai Cenat and streaming as a whole is void of criticism? Absolutely not. I think we have set a dangerous precedent, and this is probably the peak and the pinnacle of what people have been talking about for a long time. And there is a level of streaming fatigue that is just not talked about. I've covered it in another video, so I'm not going to belabor the point here, but there's a mix of a bunch of different problems that is played.
Pause. I gotta say, chat. When he says the streaming fatigue, and when you say fatigue, bro, that automatically just makes me think of like the black fatigue. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe that's just like a me. But that's the same shit that I think of when he says there's just a stream fatigue. I think of black fatigue. Like, come on, bro. I mean, let's use a better word. People just thought the stream. Come on, man.
In the streaming community, and it's all coming to head right now. I do wonder what's going to happen in the future subathons. I think FaZe has one coming up next month, and the events to precede this, but it seems like a lot of people are looking to get more grounded with their communities, get into more niche and different spaces, because doing the same things that they've been doing for the past 2 to 3 years has been deemed as burnt out. And I think a lot of people from the viewer side and honestly from the creator side are honestly tired of it. It's starting to feel more like a job and us watching a television show as opposed to, just kicking back with a dude from New York that I could relate to as a dude from Atlanta, Georgia. A dude, and I'm a dude, and we can kick back and relax. The slumber party thing. The lady already said it. But let me know what you guys think. If you think that this is like a big problem with streaming as a whole, not just the Kai thing, if you think that there's an issue with just Kai, if you think that you're done with the subathons, you're trying to find relatability, if you think that this is a nothing burger and, this is funny, get sturdy, let me know in the comment section.
Yeah, I like that dude. Shout out to Omeezy. Shout out Omeezy, man.